Are you excited?
Yeah, great.
Come on, you just performed in front of like
I know, and
800
this makes
people.
me nervous. Okay. Inside everybody's nose, there lives a sharp-toothed snail. And if you stick your finger in, he will bite off your nail. Stick it even farther up inside, and he may just bite your ring off. But stick it in all of the way, he'll bite the whole darn thing off. Many of you are familiar with Shel Silverstein, who is one of my favorite children's authors and poets. And so today I want to introduce to you some lessons that we should have learned as children from Shel Silverstein. We'll follow the journey of Sylvia Stout, who didn't take the garbage out. We'll see Milford McGee, who talks with a mouth full of food. And then finally we will hear from our friend Peggy McKay, who didn't go to school today. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout never took the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams. And although her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled high up into the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, rotten bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, peach pits, prune pits, orange peels, gloppy clumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crust and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black-burned buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled down the hall, it raised the roof, it broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum. Cellophane from green bologna, blubbery macaroni. Curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard. Cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow clumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high, it finally even touched the sky. And all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends came out to play. And finally, Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." And then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York State to the Golden Gate. And there in the garbage, she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate, because the hour was much too late. So, children, remember Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout, and always take the garbage out. "I cannot go to school today," said Peggy Ann McKay. "I have the measles and the mumps, a rash, a gash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is so dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I have counted 16 chicken pox. Oh, look, there's 17. Don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It's probably instamatic flu. I cough, I sneeze, I choke, I gasp. I'm pretty sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin, my belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched, my ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I barely whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is... What? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Oh well, I'm going out to play. Milford Dupree thought it was, though he knew it was rude, always talked with a mouth full of food. He would never burp or walk in the nude, but he always talked with a mouth full of food. His mother said, "Milford, it is crude and it is lewd to talk with a mouth full of food. Why, even the cow who mooed, he never chewed with a mouthful of food." And the cuckoo, well, he never cuckooed with a mouthful of food. His dad said, get married or get tattooed, but never talk with a mouthful of food. If it's a crime, you'll get surely sued if you talk with a mouthful of food. Why, just like an animal, you should be zooed because you talk with a mouthful of food. They pleaded and begged. He just giggled and chewed and always talked with a mouthful of food. And they all advised him, but he simply poo-pooed. He poo-pooed with a mouthful of food. So they sent him to the gluer to have his mouth glued because he always talked with a mouthful of food.